So, we are studying the laser rate equations. So, let us study the rate equations for 3-level laser. In the previous lecture, we have studied the laser rate equations for 2-level laser. Now, let us study for 3-level laser. Let us consider a 3-level energy system consisting of energy levels E1, E2 and E3, which are populated by N1, N2 and N3 atoms per unit volume respectively. Let N0 be the total number of atoms. So, N0 is the total number of active atoms. So, N0 is equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3, right. Let us call it equation number 1. The rate of change of atomic density N3 has the following components. So, we know that in the 3-level system, that lowest level is the ground state, E1 is the ground state, E3 is the excited state and E2 is the metastable state, right. So, the atoms that are formed from the level E1, they will directly go to the level E3. Since the E3 level has very short lifetime, the atoms they will remain there for short period and they will fall back to the level E2. Some of the atoms they may fall back to the level E1. So, if you see the transitions that from E3 to E2, that transitions are non-radiative. So, the transitions they are non-radiative spontaneous transitions. So, let us say this transition is non-spontaneous transition, spontaneous non-radiative. So, the pumping, so by pumping process the atoms they go from level E1 to E3. Some of the atoms they may fall back to the level E2 through spontaneous process. So, this is spontaneous emission process. Since the level E2 is a metastable state, it has lifetime slightly greater than that of the level E3. So, the lifetime of E2 is of the order of 10 raised to minus 8 to 10 raised to minus 9 second, whereas that of level E3 is of the order of 10 raised to minus 3 to 10 raised to minus 4 second. So, because of that the atoms they accumulate at level E2 and the population inversion is created in between level E2 and E1, right. So, since the population inversion condition is created in between these, the some of the atoms they fall back to level E1 due to the spontaneous process triggers the stimulated process in the system, right, and in this case we also get the stimulated process and we will get the laser output. So, this is the laser output. So, laser output due to the transition between stimulated transition between E2 to E1. So, this is the energy level diagram for the 3 energy level system. Now, if we consider the rate of change of atomic density N3 has the following component. So, let us study the rate of change of level N3. So, dN3 by dt has following components. So, which are the components? So, we have seen, so we can see from the diagram that the at the level E3, the population of level E3, that is N3, is changing with time and that change is divided into 3 components. The first component is the pump transition to E3, which raises atom from the ground level E1 given by Wp into N1 minus N3. So, the first transition is this pumping transition, that means it is increasing the number of atoms in level E3. So, the number N3 is raising, right, and that is proportional to WP. So, P is for pumping into N1 minus N3, that means the number of atoms in level N1 are decreasing and N3 are increasing. So, it is N1 minus N3, right. Another component is the non-radiative spontaneous transition to level E2 given by, so the non-radiative transition from E3 to E2. So, we have already seen the spontaneous non-radiative transition, and that transition is we denote by S. So, S32. So, S corresponds to non-radiative transition. So, non-radiative spontaneous transition. So, just like it is spontaneous transition, instead of A we write S. So, just to denote the non-radiative transition. So, S32 into N3. Third transition is some of the atoms from E3 may directly fall back to level E1, and that correspond to a spontaneous transition. So, that will be given by A31. So, A31 is the Einstein's coefficient for spontaneous transition into N3, again the number of atoms in the level E3, right. Now, the rate of change of N3 with respect to T can be written as, so we can write rate of change of N3 with respect to time. So, that rate equation for N3 we can write dN3 by dt. So, this dN3 by dt is equal to Wp into N1 minus N3. So, we write it positive because the number is increasing, right. So, it is positive. The two other two components, they are decreasing, right. So, the number of atoms that fall from E3 to level E2 and E1, that means the number is decreasing because the number of atoms are decreasing. So, therefore, we put minus sign. So, it is minus A31 into N3 minus S32 into N3. Let us call it equation number 2. So, now let us study the components of N2, right. So, we have to write the components of N2. So, dN2 by dt has following components. So, what are the components of N3, N2? So, the component is, if you see the transition from E3 to E2, that add up the number of atoms, right. So, it is raising the number of atoms, right. So, the spontaneous non-radiative transition from E3 to E2, that gives rise to increase in the number of atoms. Again, from E3 to E1, there are two kinds of transition. One is the spontaneous transition and another one is the stimulated transition, right. So, there are two transitions. So, again the rate of change of N2 with respect to time, we can write or we can denote it as the rate equation for N2. So, it has following components. So, first component, the stimulated emission to E1 which produce laser light given by, so the transition, stimulated transition from E2 to E1. So, the stimulated transition from E2 to E1, that will be depend on W21. So, the transition from 2 to 1 into N2 minus N1. The stimulated emission to E1 which produce laser light, it is given by this W21 into N2 minus N1. Another transition is the spontaneous emission to the level E1 given by A21 into N2. So, here N2 is the number of atoms in the level 2, right. So, it is denote the spontaneous transition to level E1. And third one is the spontaneous non-radiative transition from E3 to E2, right. So, this transition, spontaneous non-radiative transition, so that will give rise to the rise in the total number of atoms, rise in the total number of atoms, and therefore that is denoted by S32 into N3, right. And therefore the rate equation we can write dN2 by dt is equal to, here this S32 into N3 is the incoming, right, and these two transitions, they are outgoing transitions. So, incoming transition we write positive sign, and outgoing transitions we write negative sign. So, we write minus W21 into N2 minus N1 plus S32 into N3 minus A21 into N2. So, let us call it equation number 3. Similarly, for level E1, we can write these similar rate equations. So, if you see for level E1, we have again 3 kinds of transitions, and that transitions we will see here. So, the rate equation, so dN1 by dt has following components. So, what are the components of dN1 by dt? So, the first component is the pump transition that transfers atom to the level E3, and that pump transition we have already considered, it is Wp into N1 minus N3. So, another transition is the stimulated emission to the level E1 from level E2, and that is given by W21 into N2 minus N1. Third one is the spontaneous transition to the level E1 given by A21 into N2. Therefore, we can write the rate equation for N1, dN1 by dt is equal to minus Wp into N1 minus N3. This is outgoing transition, therefore, we have written negative sign. The remaining 2 transitions are incoming, therefore, we write positive sign. So, W21 into N2 minus N1 plus A21 into N2, right. So, let us call it equation number 4. Under steady state condition, so under the steady state condition, we consider that steady state condition is achieved in the case of laser. That means the number of atoms in each state, they remain constant, and therefore under steady state condition the 3 rates are equal to 0. So, dN3 by dt is equal to 0, dN2 by dt is equal to 0, and dN1 by dt is equal to 0. That means the 3 rates, they are equal to 0, and therefore we can write from equation 2. So, if you see the equation 2, that is rate equation for N3. So, from this equation we can write, if we write the LHS equal to 0, and then we can write, so from equation 2, so if we see equation 2, so from equation 2 we can write Wp into N1 minus N3. So, left hand side if you write is equal to 0, then we can write Wp into N1 minus N3 is equal to A31 into N3 plus S32 into N3, right. And if you simplify it, so that will be Wp into N1 minus Wp into N3 is equal to A31 into N3 plus S32 into N3. So, if we take this N3 term on the right hand side, so we can write Wp into N1 is equal to Wp plus A31 plus S32 into N3. Again, if we solve this equation for N3, so I can write N3 is equal to Wp upon Wp plus A31 plus S32 into N1, right? So it is equation number 5. As the probability of spontaneous transition from level 3 to 2 is much higher than the probability of spontaneous transition from level 3 to level 1, and therefore the transition, we can say the coefficient A31 is very less than S32, because the probability of transition from 3 to 2 is much higher as compared to that of the 3 to 1, right? And because of that, this number is very small, and therefore we modify the equation for N3, and we can write N3 is equal to Wp upon Wp plus S32 into N1. Let us call it equation number 6. So from equation number 3 for N2, if you see the equation number 2, so that is for dN2 by dt. So equation number 3, so from equation 3 we can write the left hand side equal to 0, right? And therefore we can write W21 into N2 minus N1 from equation 3. So from equation 3 one can write W21 into N2 minus N1 is equal to S32 into N3 minus A21 into N2. And if we solve again, so W21 into N2 minus W21 into N1 is equal to S32 into N3 minus A21 into N2. So let us write W21 into N2 plus A21 into N2 is equal to S32 into N3 plus W21 into N1. And if you take this, if you rewrite, so this term on this side and this term on this side, so I can write for simplicity, sake of simplicity, so W21 into N1 plus S32 into N3 is equal to W21 into N2 plus A21 into N2. Now if we put the value of N3 from equation number 6, so we have solved it for N2, so we can write W21, so we are putting the value of N3 in this equation, so value of N3 is Wp upon Wp plus S32, there N1 is also there, so we will take this N1 common from both the terms, so it is N1 into S32 term is there, so S32 term as it is, which is equal to this N2 we can take out, so W21 into A21 into N2. Now if I solve for N2 upon N1, so I can write this W21, so if you see the left hand side term, so W21 into the denominator, if you multiply it here, so it is Wp plus S32 plus Wp into S32 upon Wp plus S32 into W21 plus A21, and therefore again if we solve, so let us subtract the denominator from numerator, so n2 minus n1 upon n1. So if we solve, after solving we can write Wp into S32 minus A21 minus S32 into A21 divided by the denominator remains same, so Wp plus S32 into W21 plus A21. Let us call it equation number 7. So we can write the minimum pumping rate to achieve the population inversion, and that rate may be given by Wp into S32 into A21 upon S32 minus A21. As we know, S32 is very greater than A21. That means the transitions from 3 to 2, so the spontaneous transitions from 3 to 2 are much greater than the number of transitions, the spontaneous transitions from 2 to 1, because from level E2 to E1 we have two kinds of transition. One is the spontaneous emission and one is the stimulated emission, right? The number of atoms that fall from 3 to 2, they are divided into again spontaneous plus stimulated transitions from 2 to 1, and therefore this number S32 is greater than that of A21, right? And therefore we can write this probability is equal to the minimum pumping rate WPT is equal to nearly equal to A21. So it is the minimum pumping rate required to achieve population inversion. So this is minimum pumping rate required to achieve population inversion. So we have to find out the necessary condition for laser oscillation to occur, right? So we can see from this equation that above the value, if A21 is greater than WPT, then we will have the lasing action will start in the laser. So we have written for N2 minus N1. So from this equation, if I again add N2 plus N1, so N2 plus N1 divided by N1. So if we solve, then we can write this, the term is equal to 2 times W21 into Wp plus S32 plus Wp into S32 plus Wp into A21 plus S32 into A21 divided by the denominator remain same, which is Wp plus S32 into W21 plus A21. Let us call it equation number 8. So if we divide equation number 7 by equation 8, so let us see what is equation number 7. So equation 7, if we divide by equation number 8, so we can write by dividing equation 7 by equation 8. So we can write N2 minus N1 upon N2 plus N1 is equal to Wp into S32 minus A21 minus S32 into A21 divided by 2 times W21 into WP plus S32 plus WP into S32 plus WP into A21 plus S32 into A21. So, below the threshold for laser oscillations, this W21 is very small, and therefore we can write the above equation. So, we can approximate the above equation since this W21 is very small, and therefore approximately we can neglect the W21 terms, right. So, this term we can neglect, and therefore we can write N2 minus N1 divided by N2 plus N1, which is nearly equal to WP S32 minus S32 into A21 divided by WP into S32 plus S32 A21 plus WP into A21. So, these three terms we have written here. So, WP into S32, again S32 into A21, and third term is this WP into A21. So, these three terms we have written here. W21 term we are neglecting. Again here the term WP into A21, here that term also we are neglecting, because compared to S32 this A21 is very small, and therefore we are neglecting that WP into A21 term also. Now I can write which is equal to WP minus A21 into S32 divided by WP plus A21 plus WP A21 upon S32. So, we will put this quantity into the bracket, and we will take S32 common from each term, right. So, here we are taking S32 out. So, here also S32 we are taking common, and here we are dividing by S32. So, it is S32, and therefore we can cancel out the S32 term, and again we know. So, let us cancel the S32 term. So, WP minus A21 divided by WP plus A21 plus WP into A21 upon S32. Again we know that this S32 is very greater than that of A21, because the transition from 3 to 2 is much higher probability than the spontaneous transition from 2 to 1, right. Because from 2 to 1 there may be some stimulated transitions also, and therefore this S32 is very greater than that of the A21, and therefore we can neglect the last term in the equation. Therefore, we neglect this term. So, on neglecting, what we get is N2 minus N1 upon N2 plus N1 is equal to WP minus A21 divided by WP plus A21, right. And let us call it equation number 9. So, this is our equation number 9, or if we again solve it for N2 upon N1. So, I can write N2 upon N1 is equal to WP upon A21, or I can write simply at WP into N1 is equal to A21 into N2, right. So, from this equation we can write the necessary condition for laser oscillation to occur is that this n2 upon n2 minus n1 must be positive. That means the necessary condition for laser to oscillate is n2 minus n1 must be positive. That means this number of atoms in the upper level at E2 must be greater than the number of atoms in the level E1. That means n2 upon n1 must be greater than 1, right? Or since the number is positive, so n2 minus n1, that number is greater than 0, or let us say it is greater than 1, and therefore it is positive. And which required, so this condition requires only when, if you see this equation. So in this equation, if you see n2 upon n1 is greater than 1, that means Wp upon A21 is greater than 1, or that means Wp is greater than A21, right? So this is the required condition. So this is the required condition. That means the rate of pumping, or the term Wp consists of the Einstein's coefficient for absorption B12 into the energy density of incident radiation into the line shape function g of nu, right? The Wp is consist of these three quantities. Let us now find out the threshold pumping power required for laser to oscillate. So threshold pumping power is given by the number of atoms per unit volume per unit time from level E2 to E3 . The number of atoms pumped per unit volume per unit time from level E1 to E3 is given by Wp into N1, that is number of atoms pumped from E1 to E3 per second per unit volume. And if nu p is the pump frequency, so the frequency of radiation used for pumping, so that pump frequency is nu p, then the power required per unit volume will be, so capital P is the power required per unit volume, and that will be Wp into N1 into h nu p. So h is Planck's constant, Wp into N1 into h nu p, where h is Planck's constant. Let us call it equation number 10. Threshold pump power can be written as, so P threshold is the threshold pump power, and that can be written as A21 into N1 into h nu p. So here A21 is the spontaneous emission coefficient from 2 to 1, and we know that the threshold pump power, the laser starts oscillate above the value of Wp greater than A21, and at the threshold value, that means Wp is equal to A21, it will give us the threshold value that we have derived here, the threshold value and that threshold value here, the minimum pumping rate. So, WPT is equal to A21, right. So, therefore, the threshold value we can get by putting the value WP is equal to A21. If you put here in this equation, we get the threshold pump power, and therefore, as there will be very few atoms in E3, we can say the number of atoms in level E3 is nearly equal to 0, because there will be very few atoms in level left in the E3, because it has very short lifetime, and all the atoms they will fall back to level E2, and therefore, E3 will be equal to 0, and therefore, I can write this N0 is equal to N1 plus N2 only, right, and that means this N0 is very greater than that of N2 minus N1, because we know that the total number of atoms is N0. So, which is greater very greater than N2 minus N1, and therefore, we can assume N1 is equal to N2. So, let us assume N1 is nearly equal to N2 is equal to N0 by 2. That means, when more than half of the atoms are pumped to level E2. So, the number of atoms, more than half of the atoms are pumped, they will come to level E2, and therefore, let us say the half atoms are in the level N2 and half atoms are in the level N1, and therefore, it is equal to N0 by 2, and therefore, the above equation for P threshold, we can write P threshold is equal to N0 by 2 into H nu P up into A21. But again, we know that A21 is 1 upon tau SP. That means, it is Einstein's coefficient for spontaneous emission is equal to the tau SP, the lifetime of the state, 1 upon lifetime of the state, and therefore, this P threshold I can write N0 into H nu P divided by 2 times tau SP, right. So, we can write this is the required threshold pump power. So, this is the threshold pump power required for laser to oscillate. So, this is threshold pump power. So, we have studied the laser rate equations for 2 level system and 3 level system. We have also studied, so we have find out the minimum pumping rate required to achieve population inversion, and also consider the necessity condition for laser oscillation to occur, right, and we have also calculated the threshold pump power required for laser to oscillate, and that threshold value is given by free threshold is equal to N0 H nu P upon 2 times tau SP. In the next lecture, we are going to study the laser rate equations for 4 level laser.